Hi.
Jid?
Hey, how
Great.
are you both?
Magical.
Good, good. Well, again, I'm Jalen and I'm with the Nocturnal, and I think I just want to get right into it.
Let's
Awesome.
do it.
So my first question is for Jacob. And well, first off, congratulations on, the second half of season 6. That's
Thank
amazing.
you.
Really,
Thank
really.
you.
And I wanted to ask you, your character Emmett, he has a lot going on. So I was curious, how do you think people are going to react in this second half?
The second half, I think our fans are just really nervous for Emmett. I think that they're nervous to what's gonna happen to him. I think he's in a situation that he's never been in before, and um, we're gonna see him sort of just try to maintain who he is and maintain his character throughout all this chaos, as well as maintaining being a great father, and being a great boyfriend to Kesha, and also a better son, and challenges in that way, and taking that wisdom from his father and applying it to the situation he's got himself into. And we'll see him be very brave, and we don't know if his plans will really work, to be honest, because he's figuring it all out.
Okay. And I did want to get into the dynamic of you and Keisha. I was curious, what do you think? Do you think he's a little hard on Keisha? When I was looking at some of the episodes, I think he's a little hard on her.
I think he's just frustrated. Sometimes um, life outside the house can just feel so overwhelming, and then unfortunately you can kind of take it out on your
Your
loved
loved
ones,
ones.
and your relationship, and it can affect the dynamic of the household and the energy of the household. And yeah, we're seeing Emmett being tested. Emmett and Keisha are very young. They're
Yeah.
very young dealing with all this. And we it's a new set of challenges.
Absolutely. And I kind of like that Keisha kind of like just is very raw and uncut with Emmett and kind of like brings him back to reality with some of the things that he says.
Yeah,
She,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Need that.
yeah.
Yeah.
We need y'all.
So for Luke, my question for you is Victor kind of seems like a father figure in this show for like various characters.
Mhm.
I kind of wanted to know your thoughts on that.
Well, Victor, as he understands the necessity of mentorship. He himself has experienced him having a father before his father left the house um through depression, but because of that, he understands not having such a figure in your life, what that can do to you. Um, and for him, he doesn't want to see his brother like that. He doesn't want to see his brother's friends like that. And I don't think it's exactly a hat that he is uber excited to wear. I think it's just right place at the right time, and he has a big heart, and he sees these people as family, and he only wants the best for his community as a whole, especially those who are adjacent to him.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And as I was watching, like you could still see, obviously he has, a lot going on for him, being a politician. Why do you think he's still willing to like risk it all a little bit? Because he's got a lot of good stuff going and he's still kind of like caught up a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, you know, in a sense, he's there's still this notion of a foot on his neck, because how he got into politics and why he's there, and in a sense, he's still being feels like a pawn, if you will. Um, and at the same time, he's involved in some criminal activity that can send him away and ruin his family and his entire life. And he's just in a survival mode of he's playing chess and he's trying to understand what's the next best move. And right now, gaining this particular type of power as a councilman um allows me this sort of space where I have a little bit of power, or a little bit of power that can almost hold up against this entity Duda, who is in a sense has his foot on my neck, in a sense that's constantly in my world, shaking my foundations. um he has a bit of a hero complex as well, whereas he feels that it's only him that can solve these problems. And that comes from his trauma of raising himself and surviving, surviving the hardships that that can plague our communities.
Absolutely, and I like that you mentioned survival mode because I feel like a lot of the characters are, and I
Yeah.
really like the writing that, mental health is talked about a lot throughout a lot of the characters, and I
Yeah.
wanted both of your perspectives on that because I thought it was cool. People probably watch the show and can relate to it in some sense. So I think the writing having the importance of going to therapy or speaking on mental health was really cool.
Well, that's the point
Yeah.
of our show. Our show is also a love letter to the South Side of Chicago, Lena Waithe Common, and it is also, in a sense, protest, if you will, to humanize the Black experience, to humanize
Yeah.
the folks of Chicago on the South Side.
Yeah.
They do get a incredible bad rep. And we understand why, but it's no different than any other city around this country, around the world.
Yeah.
And
Speaking to a lot of different neighborhoods.
and that's the beauty of our show. It's grounded in the realities, and it doesn't hold back from those topics. The need for a space for all of us to be seen and felt loved and protected. Especially in our community where we don't talk about mental health. We're constantly on survival mode, constantly just push through it. You'll be all right. Just pray about it. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. But with that, you need village. You need accountability. You need someone to lean on, someone to hug you and say everything is okay. We will work through this, and not just deal with this on your own and create this hero complex of I just do it all and I'm just moving. Because eventually, like you were watching, Trig is slowly coming apart, and because of this duality, he's trying to wear this suit that doesn't quite fit just yet, and at the same time trying to be this person that he feels he has to be because he has to protect the people that he cares the most about. And I think that's the awesome thing about this show. There's the ups and downs of what life really looks like. And I think that's why it resonates with people, because they're able to see themselves, see their fathers, see their mothers, see their brothers, their uncles, those that have made bad decisions, but also deserve grace to find anew.
Absolutely.
That was great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, that was really all my questions. I thank you both so much for speaking to me.
Thank you.
Thank
And I just wanted to say congratulations on the premiere of the second half of season 6.
Yeah.
so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Of course. It was a pleasure. You both take care.
You
Thank
too.
you.